Yo, I'm coming, I swear. Okay, my bad. See, what happened was, right, I was making coffee, and usually when I'm gonna stream, I have my things, beforehand when I'm setting myself up and listening to music, getting all my stuff ready to go, right? So I'm drinking my my second cup of coffee, and it was 10:55. Stream goes live at 11. Right, it hits 10:56. I hear the rumbling, the gurgle in my stomach, which, as you know, means one thing and one thing only. I gotta take a shit. So what happens is I'm like, oh, I got time to go to the bathroom. Hey, Rosie, how's it going? I have time. I'm explaining why it went live. I wasn't on screen because I was finishing making another cup of coffee, but I was running late because the other cup of coffee hit my stomach and my digestive system, so I had to penguin waddle and run, and then run back out, and then I hit live, and while I was doing the countdown, I still forgot. Dude, I made this nice intro video. There's a countdown. It goes into like a cool little intro video, and then I show up on the screen. I keep forgetting to add the video to automatically play when I hit go live. So that's 3 weeks now. I haven't used it. So I have nothing to build this week. I do, but I don't want to build anything this week, if it makes sense, because I haven't made space for any more stuff. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with this chunky bastard over here, which I'll talk about. Today, a lot of toy stuff, mainly a lot of toy stuff. Yes, I am going to be touching more on the Bandai raid. It goes into some of the toy stuff I will be talking about. I'm actually trying to add some of the stuff in, so that way there, when I add them into here, I can be on screen with it, because a lot of interesting stuff coming out of toy related things. That's why today is going to be a very toy heavy episode, as well as some comic book stuff. Gonna be talking Power Rangers, because I was very quiet over Power Month, and I did plan on doing some content. I even had a shirt design ready to go. By the way, wave 2 of my merch is now officially live on onlyhenshins.com. Wave 1 will be retired on Monday. I'm giving everyone a chance, first time people to visit the shop, to see some of the older designs. But I'm going to be talking about the Power Ranger comics. I'm going to be talking about a lot of Gotchard stuff from the standpoint of, oh, see, they keep falling. I need a spot for these. Yeah, oh, no, I saw Taka pulling, like, man, like, he got luck. And it's something I'm actually going to be talking about, because it is obnoxious how much work is going to be needed to get all of the cards from phase like 1. So homeboy Brandon V on Twitter, he's been really like great at breaking down like how many cards are in the sets, like what you're guaranteed in the boxes, this and that, doing the Lord's work right now. And oh, Graph, by the way, welcome, Graph. So I am actually going to be making a Discord server. I was talking to a few people in the DMs for all of us who are buying Gotchard cards, basically, so we can all kind of have one spot where we can either trade cards, look what we're looking for, who has them, this and that, because I already started looking at the reseller stuff. I will be pulling up Bai at some point during the stream to show you guys what some of the single cards are going for, because I believe it was the ID core. I got that with, so on my channel I have a video unboxing the Injusta. Let me actually put your question on screen so it makes more sense. So what happened was I have some people in Japan. They got the early release lottery version of the Gotchard driver that came with the oneness buckle, and the ideal core was included. But on top of that, I don't know where I put them, honestly. My other guy in Japan, when I bought some the miniplas set that came with the Legend, not the Legend Shoe Gods, the God Tarantula. He actually hooked me up with like 3 more ID cores. So I have a bunch of those ID cores right now. Um, so that's how I got that ID core. And it's nice. I like it. It goes good with the buckle. I haven't seen the movie, obviously, because it's not subbed. But yeah, going back to the cards, the pulls and this and that, like it's ridiculous. So I don't have it on screen, but I have it on my phone. So after any his visible name on Twitter is Gotcha Homeboy, dude, like great cosplayer. He was at Japan World Heroes with the freaking CSM for Black Sun, the motion one. Like great, like dude, just a great person in the community. He pointed out, here's what you're guaranteed in one box of phase 1. 60 common cards, 26 rares, 5 super rares, 3 legend rares, 4 ultra rare, 1 extra rare, and 1 parallel/legend parallel rare. Now, mind you, if you don't get any, if you buy 5 boxes, you get no dupes of the parallels and extra rares. You're going to need 17 boxes for the full set. Now, I've been known in the community and in primarily Zio Agito's Discord server, because my Discord server is strictly for voice chat and multiplayer games. I've been known to spend money. You know, I won the Toku debt Zio held last year for spending well over $5,000 on Toku toys and merch last year. This year, I have exceeded that, like because of CSMs, because of going back and buying older stuff I'm missing. Probably by next year, I'm not going to spend much because I'm almost done with my one of every main rider driver in all of Kamen Rider. I'm missing a lot of Showa stuff, which they didn't release a lot, so I'm hoping we can get some Showa releases. But I've got basically all of Heisei Phase 2 done and most of Phase 1. Obviously, all of Reiwa. And even on top of that, I've gotten a lot of secondaries, tertiaries, and stuff like that, but mainly going for main riders. I'm almost done. So I feel like next year, I should be able to finish that collection. And then I'm done. I'm done basically spending a lot of money. For anyone who doesn't know, I've been very lenient on my gimmicks too. I didn't really buy anything from Revice outside of up there, the holder and the 10 main buy stamp. I didn't even get the final form one. I didn't get any of the mid forms. I mean, I did get, you know, the 2-side driver because that's amazing. I got the Demons driver and Death Stream driver, but from a gimmick standpoint, didn't get anything. Same with Geats outside of, you know, Zombie Buckle, Boost, and Magnum that came with the Desire driver. And then I got, what else did I get? I got the Beats one that came with the Trust Last CD. And that's it for gimmicks. Saber is where I was going for broke. I have every Wonder Ride book. That's why when I tweeted, I probably am the #1 Saber fan. That's because I fucking am. Like, you go back, I started Toku videos with Saber. Graph Demon's driver is really good. That's one of my favorite. That's probably my top 5 for Reiwa for drivers. Like, if you go on Baidu right now, there's so much buyer's remorse. Like, I almost bought a set of all the raised buckles. So it had Twin Command without the sword, Monster, Ninja, all of the ones that were really, and it was just like $80. And I was like, damn, no boxes. And I was like, I don't care. Oh yeah, and you can find the Demon driver for a decent price on there too right now. Okay. Just Destiny 1. Welcome in. Dude, that final form buy stamp is so good. I actually know I did buy that because I got it like out of box. Someone was selling it on Mercari, and I got it through Baidu. You'd like the box? See, okay. My wife had an issue with this, right? So I keep the boxes for everything, right? And you figure anyone who's followed the channel, seen what I've been buying, my tweets and this and that, I saved all the boxes for everything, even the gimmicks, the One Ride books, everything. Half of my closet, I had 2 totes, and my wife's like, "You have so much stuff. You have all these totes." And she went and looked, and she's like, "All these boxes." I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, you're going to take the stuff out." I'm like, "These are the empty boxes." And she's just like, "You're telling me you have 2 totes full of just empty boxes?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then, so I save all the boxes. Okay. Destiny brings up a point. Dude, the art is amazing on every box, right? That's what's so cool. Like, we don't get that quality here in America for a lot of American released toys. Whereas you go back and you look, especially Saber. Saber had a lot of good box art on all the gimmicks. Revice had some of the best artwork on all the different drivers, like the 2-side driver. Demon's driver box is beautiful. Actually, because I spent so much money on that thing, I have it still in the actual uh the Bandai box that has just the name of what it is, and then you open up the boxes inside of it. I still have it in that box just because I'm like, this was an expensive driver. Let's keep this nice. But so I went through and basically all the gimmick boxes I got rid of, except for cool ones, like ones that I was like, no, I need this, like the Snow Lion for freaking Blades. I kept that because that box is too good. The was it what was that superhero one they did? The crossover with Zenkaiser and Saber. I kept that One Ride book box because that's just But I got rid of all the gimmick boxes except for like maybe a handful. And I ended up clearing out one full tote and half a tote. And here's the thing. One of the totes, all the boxes, I actually broke them down so they were flat and it was still full. So there was a lot. And I have all my like SH figure art boxes for the ones that aren't on display, and then I had a whole bunch of full ones. So I like boxes, but I'm now at the point where it's like practicality and saving space. We don't have our house yet. We're probably not going to get it until next year. I don't have the space, very limited. I have like we have 2 like half walk-in closets, one for my wife, one for me. Mine is full of merch and toys. Like, it has a top shelf full of like the boxes for stuff I would never, like stuff I won't take out of boxes, then just totes of toys, boxes of comics. So it's like, yeah. Dude, Graph, yeah. Dude, SH figure boxes, they're not big, but they add up. Yeah, it's all. Rosie, listen, I don't think I could show it because my camera's I can't move my camera. So I have Saber, Blades, and Espada SH figure arts, and I got the stand, the sort of logo stand that holds the Wonder Ride books. So I have their Wonder Ride books behind them and them on display right here, right on the corner, because I like Saber. Like I said, Saber was a really good show. I'll defend it all day to anyone. Hold on, my kitten's getting into something. What are you doing? That's funny. So there's like 2 like pigeon bird things like right on the sidewalk outside we have like a big bay window in the living room, and the kitten is literally smashing her face into the window trying to get outside to get to them. But what was I saying? Yeah, so I haven't really, from a money standpoint, I haven't gone in on gimmicks really. Geets, I held back. Very good. I mean, yeah, I pre-ordered the Zillion driver and I have the Vision driver, but other than that, I just have that. That's it. That's all I have from Geets, besides, obviously Sotos, because I love my Sotos. So Gotchard, this is gonna like really test my limits because there's a lot of cards, and obviously it's not going to be just phase 01. And when I get into all the toy talk, there's so many different types, there's so many different rarities. I believe Hopper 1 alone has 12 different cards for like rarities and types. Now, I filmed the video, but my mic was completely muted. I did get my movie pack finally, so I did get the Spider Kuminos card, the king-ohger, the full hollow Gotchard, and then the reverse foil for Geets. And then it also came with the reverse foil for Hopper 1. But on top of it, my guy threw in around the train stations, they had like posters with just 3 card packs like taped to them, and you could just take one. He got me one of those as well, which was nice. So it was just completely promo rarity, no foil on them all, just Hopper 1, Steamliner, and Gotchard. So outside of phase 1, just from a regular release between the driver, because my driver also came with the wrist holder, which came with 5 more cards. So altogether, I do have every card right now that is available. I do have 5 boxes of phase 1 coming in. And by the way, so YouTube, oh, they're right over here. Yeah, see, I have these like oneness ID cores everywhere. Like, so YouTube, I was doing a contest. It ends today in less than 2 hours. I am doing a giveaway for 1 unopened box of phase 0. Open to the United States only. YouTube decided my giveaway was predatory. So they deleted my post. They privated my videos that had the link in the description. So I had to go back through, delete the link. I had to remove the community post, this and that. I don't know how it's predatory. My giveaway has nothing to do with YouTube. I was just sharing the link on YouTube because it is no longer allowed for you to do giveaways and involve getting people to subscribe to your channel and this and that. A lot of good entries. I went through after the Toku Tonic Shift stream on Zio Agito's channel last night. I went through, hey Orb, how's it going? I went through and I had to delete a lot of entries because I've said in the description, I've said in videos, this and that. United States only, please, because I don't want to have to deal with international shipping. I don't, I'm just going to go to the post office. And I had to go through and remove a lot of people that were international and this and that. Still a big turnout for my first giveaway. I was not expecting like 50 plus people to enter in because, I mean, we joke about a Toku Talk Shift, but like I am not well liked in the Toku community by a cell group of people who will not. I don't get in the job, but it's I don't get it. I get it. I'm a shit talker. But, if you don't like me, I don't like me. But then it was kind of funny that people who had me blocked on Twitter or X entered in my giveaway. They just didn't do the follow me on Twitter entry. And I was like, okay. No, the name drop names with plural. And it's weird because I talked to there's very few people, like I'm cool with you when like we could text, like you get the phone number, and there's people who will text me and be like, hey, like I don't get it, like maybe you should publicly more talk about all the cool things you do behind the scenes for a lot of us. And I'm like, no, I don't. I hate the whole like, hey, look at this nice thing I did, give me praise and attention. I'd rather just be like, hey, like if I see someone tweet someone and they're going through some shit and I have your number already, I'm going to text you or I'll DM you, and then I'll be like, yeah, no, you don't need to talk about it. Like, no, I'll help you out. But the giveaway, so yeah, people don't read because I had to get rid of like people like all like in the UK, freaking Australia, someone in France, and I was like, dude, I was like, I checked my analytics, I don't have a French viewership at all. And then I was like, what would a French Toku show be like? Like, what would the gimmicks be? And then I went down this rabbit hole in my head of like, I would watch a French Kamen Rider show. And then I realized, wait, no, I'd watch like, and then I was like, man, that'd be kind of cool if there was like a worldwide global like Kamen Rider show where like each country had like a Kamen Rider to represent them. And then I realized that's basically the manga Shy. And no, okay. About French viewership. Anyone who was international that entered in, I saw their Twitter names on the entry. I actually DM'd them all, and I was like, "Hey, listen, like, I'm sorry, like, this is just for United States only. if you are trying to hunt down toys and you are like, interact, like I can help you find someone to buy them from. I can help you out that way. Like, just let me know what your budget is. It's not, I'll help you find someone. I just don't want to do the giveaway like I want to keep it to United States only. So, and one of them actually wasn't from France, but was from the UK. I helped them find, uh, set up doing proxy and this and that so they could get the stuff because they didn't really know much about like proxy buying. And I was like, no, here's this. I showed them my video of where I buy all my stuff, and then I actually showed them the more in-depth one of Hockley's video where he went over, buy and proxies and Amazon Japan, because I didn't go in depth. I just went via vendors. So I was like, here's 2 videos, check those out. Like, get your, like, I want people to be able to, get their Toku toys. I don't care. Like, collecting is not a competition. We all want our Toku toys. So I will help anyone out to find their toys. Like, just yeah, see, that's the is like, so depending on the country, there are some countries where it's really easy to find. Actually, let me put that on there so people have context. Yeah, sorry about the United States. I try because like there's still a lot of people in the US who only go to certain 2 retailers, and the pricing is, I don't want to say bad, but it's not good. I mean, it's convenient to an extent, but certain countries it is easier. But I feel like with proxies now, the main thing that you're always gonna have to get hit hard with is the shipping. That's where you're gonna like end up like, so for starters to get, and it still has, dude, this guy literally mailed these to me like a drug deal. I pulled all the saran wrap off of them already. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. This isn't all of it. Like, each one of these was wrapped like 20 times over where you couldn't even see any of the stuff in it. And I was like, did I just buy like a couple bricks? Like, what's going on? Are we doing like Gotchard drug deals? So this on Amazon Japan with the shipping to the US came out to $98. That's ridiculous. I got these at retail because my guy doesn't upcharge me a bit. I throw a little tip in there, obviously. These are $18 each in Japan for retail. That's not bad. So I had 3 of them plus $8 shipping for the whole entire box. I threw him a little extra. He threw in some goodies for me, like I said. He threw in like, so I don't even have any of the stock. He threw in like a keychain and some pins. So it's like I'm paying retail for stuff. This isn't something that like instantly I found. This is someone who I started buying off of on eBay back before the pandemic. Then we became friends. We were just talking. He's like, hey, you buy a lot of Commoner stuff and Ultimate stuff for me. He's like, what are your favorite shows? And then next thing you know, we're messaging on eBay. Next thing you know, we're emailing each other, and just chatting about our favorite shows, what we think about stuff, and this and that. And then in his area, there was an earthquake. And I was like, hey, are you safe? Or there's like some sort of storm. I don't know if it was an earthquake or a storm or something happened. I was like, hey, are you safe? How's the family? Like, everything okay? And he appreciated that. Like, I reached out to him, and, we became friends like that. And I told him, like, if you need anything, like, put up a false listing on eBay and I'll do, and a higher payment, get you, help you out. You've been helping me out like crazy. This is cool. And now it's to the point where we're direct sales to each other, and every once in a while he'll put something on eBay and be like, hey, just I'll do best offer, send me this offer, and then so he can keep up his eBay ratings and 5 stars and stuff. I'm like, yeah, no problem. So that's how I got to this point. This was like 3 years, almost 3+ years of just becoming friends and being friends. And like, I've sent him Power Ranger stuff, because a lot of the Power Ranger stuff out here, when it gets clearance, is still pretty expensive to get for Japan, which is kind of funny because it's Hasbro, and I've got him Transformer stuff. So it's like, that's the reason why I'm able to get toys like this. I still can't get everything though, so I still have to go to other retailers. I'm still on Bai and Mercari. I still do get stuff from Toku Collectibles, especially when it comes to some premium Bandai stuff. And a lot of people misconstrue that I don't like Toku Collectibles. I think what Toku Collectibles is doing is great. They were kind of the pioneer of hey, get some Toku merch in the United States. As long as it's not Big Bad Toy Store, because their pricing, oh my god. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to Gotchard cards. Oh my god. And I guess we'll go right into showing off that really quick. Let me put how can I do this? There we go. Nope, wrong button. There we go. Ah, dude, I wish it would save my stupid, like, there we go. And we'll move, yeah, we'll keep that right there. So, honestly, as of right now, first off, we're gonna talk about this panel. So apparently, the Gotchard collection panel is trash. But the main thing I want to talk about is this Hopper 1, these little action chemies. So the cards that are included in any of the role play items are different than the cards you get from packs from a quality standpoint. What's been talked about is these cards are more like the CSM, the cards from the Decade Driver CSM. I always forget what that thing's called. Is it called the Decade Driver? I don't even know. I have one. I should know this, right? I really should. So yeah, and I'm just like, they're nice, they're cool. Like, I mean, I like the little thing. Like, it's pretty neat. Like, it has a little like holder thingy for the card. That'd be nice on display. I'd probably, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, is there any other descriptions to it? Prime the wings and insert the Ride Chemy card to make the wings pop back open. Oh, the wings are activated with the freaking card. That's kind of cute, and I hate saying cute. Yeah, the Decade Driver. Okay, I don't know. Like, you'd think some of the names would be the same, like Gotchard Driver, but the Saber Drivers. Hey, the Senkin Sword Driver. And it's like, really? And then we have the Revice Driver. Desire Driver makes sense, obviously. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know what it's called. Like, I still call the freaking Gaim Driver the Fruit Driver, even though it's the Sengoku Driver. But this is pretty cool. I like this. This looks neat. I like that they interact with the cards. Do they all? Also, I'm only keeping one tab open because I ain't like, Oh, this one does too. Oh, it does the smoke goes up and down. That is obnoxiously cool. I wasn't gonna get these. I wasn't. Now, all right, I'm probably gonna get them. Okay, but what does? I don't know about the phone. Okay, can we talk really quick about these stupid phones that they've been doing in like Kamen Rider? Like, these things are obnoxious. I love them. I have the do I have which one do I have? I have the Gunda phone from Revice. I wonder what this thing does. Oh, it has sound effects and dialogue from the show. I mean, all right. I'm probably gonna get this, honestly. I have the one from Saber that actually transforms into a bike. That one's pretty cool. I do like that one. It's actually a lot of fun. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it just turns into the robot, but I mean, it has sounds. I like sounds. Then obviously we have the riser and I don't get okay, so I don't know how everyone else is. I have rules. I don't buy any of the DX roleplay weapons because they're not to scale. That's it. They're not to scale. Like, whenever like a Memorial Edition of anything comes out, I get those, which is very rare. I don't like a lot of the DX weapons because they're just tiny. And I think the only one I really have that honestly I hate is the one from Zeo, because I bought the big set that came with the driver, the wrist holder, and the sword, and that thing is trash. It's still in the box because the box, like going back to what we talked about before, that box looks amazing, honestly. But I'm not getting either of those. But these cards are apparently better quality than the ones that come in the packs. They are more plastic, like I said, like the CSM. Oh, trust me, Rosie, if we get a Memorial Osier Caliber or Osier Caliber Zero, it's over. I'm getting that. I'm pre-ordering that day one, and it will be my prized possession. I will have it. I will get one of those like 3M hooks right here, and I will just have it on display right here. That's one of the reasons why. Oh yeah, the big ass bop it. Yeah, no. So continuing toys stuff. Okay. I obnoxiously hate that how much this is. And it's not till July of next year. The price point is just so high. And I know because it comes with the DVD. I mean, that's the DVD. But the Blu-ray, it's what, $35. I'm hoping, like, I feel like I should pre-order this because I did pre-order the what was the other one? Trio Deep Sin, to get the other Arabian Nights book. Oh, that is a good question. The Buster Sword, because it's not okay. I love the Buster Sword. If you can get the whole thing where you get the Buster Sword, the shoulder strap to hold it, and then the blade extension for it, even though it's not to scale, it'll never be to scale because I think it's huge. That is still a nice size having all those combined. I would say get that. I have those in my closet because I have nowhere to display it. Did I see the yes? So did they put those up here yet? No, they're not up here. I saw the tweet last night. I was instantly just like, I love this. Like, I need this so much. I like the ride watches. I've got a good amount of them. I did get the one that came out last year, the year before, where it was Saber and the whatchamacallit? Oh, what is it? The Decade 21 form. Yeah, 100. Okay, 150 is a lot. Like, especially for like, I like the Tarantula Abyss. I like the way it looks. I'm hoping we get a Soto. I'm trying to see if there's because I'm on page 2. That's why. Did they put it in here yet? No. Oh, because I wasn't even out there. So I'll talk about the Disney one after. But from the beginning of the stream, I believe Rosie asked if I was going to talk about the Bandai. Actually, where is it? Let's pull it back up here. The Bandai Toy Raid that I was talking about last night. All right. So this is quick release official from Bandai. The high spec belt, which is basically CSM style belts for it. This is $80 because this is actually from Bandai. Now, the funny thing is, they're trying to combat all the people, the third party stuff. So the people that made the what was his name? The Commander Caliber, big 1/1 scale sword, this and that, the third party bootleg one that was amazing. It could even read the cards, mind you, read the cards. They got raided by Bandai. They got shut down in China. Like, I don't know all the details, but let's face it, Toei and Bandai, they're not messing around. Okay, they're not. And this, it's a good and a bad thing because one, Bandai can maybe start releasing some stuff, giving us some quality upgrades so we don't have to go through third parties. Like people who get the third party, was it the upgrades for the SH figure arts with the LED heads or cape upgrades or sticker upgrades that are official. Like, these third party companies are kind of like when you go out and you get food. Yeah, I like a good steak and I like my sides, but sometimes, Bandai would be like, here's your steak, but you're like, no sides. And these other companies are coming in and be like, here's some loaded mashed potatoes. Here's some freaking roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon and Parmesan cheese on them, which is delicious, by the way. It's one of my favorite side dishes. Like, that's what these companies are doing. They're elevating what's officially released and sometimes making them more accurate. So, and yes, that is the thing too. Bandai takes too long with a lot of stuff, or they just don't release them at all, So I, like, for someone like me, like, I have a belt extension, but it doesn't match that color. I have a silver one. Like, That looks stupid. I would need an orange one. And Bandai obviously released this $80. Guess what? Third party one, usually what, $24 at most, maybe 35. And I get that Bandai, they're not getting their money. They're not getting their money. So they got us. I'm not buying this for 80 freaking dollars. This is more than the freaking driver. This is more than the driver itself, which is ridiculous, because I do believe we can go over here and we can find the driver price somewhere. I don't want that shit. Ooh, the Sotos are still preferred. I have those already. I had the premium edition pre-ordered. I shouldn't have done that. $95. And then the regular guitar driver, $72. So the regular driver, all right, it's $96 for Japan, $72 for the US, which, by the way, I will be talking about Bandai's new store. So this thing, the straps are more expensive than the driver. That is ridiculous. That is heinous. Heinous. Like, I don't get it. I don't get how anyone can like justify that price. Also, I'm not talking about the CSM FISA Edge. I pre-ordered it. Don't worry about it. I'm getting that. That thing is amazing. But the main one I want to talk about, the Imagination belt. Look at this thing. Look at it. Gaze upon it. I'm not gonna play the video because I don't want to get. I had the video open and I was like, I don't want it. Oh yeah, no, Dan Bandai is an ass. So I have this pre-ordered, and so my wife collects a lot of Disney stuff. She has a great collection. Like, if you think my collection's good, her collection is insane. And Rosalie, exactly, dude, a lot cheaper than I thought. Obviously it's $365 on Toku Collectibles. You get free shipping, so I mean that's always good. It is $300. Technically, retail from Japan directly, it's $300. This thing. So my wife collects Disney stuff. I showed her the driver back when it was announced. I have the ugly mecha pre-ordered. Anyone who saw that video I did months ago, I pre-ordered the ugly Disney mecha. I also pre-ordered the ugly Shin Universe mecha as well. But this, I like Disney as well. My issue, I love the belt, love it, everything about it, just so good. Like, look at like the screen, like the video really sold me on it. And then this is my favorite part, the little film strip right here that moves with the LED lights. It's perfect. Like, it's so good. But why did they pick the people that I get Mickey and Minnie, okay? And I know you got to get different properties like Pixar and this and that. So Woody makes sense. I personally would have Buzz Lightyear. Iron Man, I get you got to do Marvel, but like Iron Man, like, I mean, I get it. First, the movie that really kickstarted the MCU. From a Marvel standpoint, honestly, I could have seen, well, I don't know if they can get away with Hulk because of the whole Universal or whatever deal. But I mean, I would have done, I don't know. I guess think about it. Maybe I would have done like Spider-Man. It's a missed opportunity for Spider-Man because we could have had Toei Spider-Man. Yeah, Goofy Key, exactly. Like, I keep making the joke constantly. Kamen Rider Yuck is going to be a thing, or Kamen Rider Gosh. I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to call him. But then we also have Simba. Okay, I'm cool with Simba. Simba's cool. Sony has the rights to Spider-Man from a film standpoint. They don't own Spider-Man from a comic standpoint. They just have the licensing for the film. That's it. That's all Sony has. So they actually can't, like, Sony has no hand in the pot for anything outside of the film and video games. So technically they could do Spider-Man. Grogu, I get it. They have to do something from Star Wars, but it's like I get it. Baby Yoda, like, dude, Baby Yoda was is like one of the top selling Star Wars related characters of the last like decade. Uh, I think honestly, if you're going Star Wars, like, man, you could have done Chewbacca, you could have done Luke. I mean, I get like, listen, kids aren't buying this for this price. Baby Yoda, yes, is popular with a niche adult fan base, but that that that's more popular with kids. There's the plushies, the robot, the little AI one that you could talk to. Um, Really interesting going with Tiana, as the people are driving my honk on the horn, from Princess and the Frog. As Man, you know what? This section of the video is really going to prove like my freaking knowledge of Disney, and that like low key I know a lot of Disney shit, like because I've seen every Disney movie ever, and that's not even a joke. Um, so picking Tiana from Princess Frog, nice. I think it's cool because Tiana doesn't really get included in a lot of stuff. Snow White makes sense. For the longest time, Snow White was one of the highest like praised animated films. Um, you know, I honestly would have went, I would have went Sleeping Beauty, honestly. Okay. Out of all the Disney animated films, Sleeping Beauty is peak. Okay. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It is. And this is telling for me. Okay. So there's a whole scene. She's in a castle, Maleficent's there, about to turn into the dragon. You got Prince Charming. There's all these thorns that are like blocking him. He's got his sword and a shield. The fairy godmothers are literally freaking casting buffs on him the whole time. His sword, his shield, they're getting more powerful. He's chopping through the briar patches and all these pricker and thorn bushes. Like, homie was going in, and he basically had three support characters buffing him. He had scholars from Final Fantasy 14 buffing him like crazy for defense buffs, crit chance, armor piercing, and he was just chopping through. And that is still one of my favorite Disney scenes. I've watched it so many times. The movie itself, mid. That part, boom, done. Kitten, what are you doing? You're not gonna get the birds. I'm not opening the door for you to go to attack birds. Don't worry, Dustin. I'll get the Frozen. Moana, dude. Moana's good. My issue with Moana is that stupid song The Rock sang gets stuck in my head. The one where he's like, the thank you song or whatever. Moana was a good film. I watched it once or twice, but the song will get in my head. And my wife knows this, and she's not home. She's at work. She will literally purposely play that song because she knows it's going to get stuck in my head. And then anytime we used to go to the Disney store or downtown Disney, that song would start playing, and next thing you know, in my freaking head, and it gets stuck. Yes, you're welcome. Or it gets stuck in my head, and it never goes away for at least a day or two. I hate it. But Moana's an interesting choice. Strictly from the standpoint of like a more modern Disney film. I know it was really popular, but I would have never thought they would have picked that. And then lastly, we have Elsa from Frozen. Never seen Frozen. No, I never seen Frozen 2. I saw the first one because like everyone's like hyping it up, and me and the homies were like, yeah, let's just check this out. And I've seen it also. My wife was watching it, and she likes the person who does the singing, Menzel or whatever, Menzel. And she's seen her live from like a Broadway performance and this and that. It's intriguing. I knew Frozen makes sense for them to pick that. It was one of the highest grossing animated films for a while there, and obviously the Frozen merch is like anytime I go toy hunting, I still see Frozen merch everywhere. Sometimes I see it like a lot of it, bought. Crazy Orb and Mulan. Mulan would have been a good key. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot. Like let me go check on my cat and see what she's freaking doing. Go to sleep. Turn the air conditioner. It's fucking hot. All right. Kit is done. Oh. All right. Really, before I go into my rant of what other keys I would have included, how many key sets do you think they'll put out after this? Dude, I don't know. I don't even know if they would, honestly. Like, at first I thought when everything was like leaked and like kind of talked about, I just assumed this was going to be a cheap cash grab. Seeing the video of it, the driver itself and everything else, I was like, dude, this is quality. Like, I want this. Graph with the important question. Lilo and Stitch key. Definitely. 100%. I agree. There should be a Lilo and Stitch key. There's so many keys. Like, you go down the list of not even the more like newer stuff of the last like 20 years. You go classics. Pinocchio. Like, that's a no-brainer. And I get they have to do different generations and different eras. But the fact, and let's face it, the core group is also in the mecha because you got Goofy, you got Donald, you got Daisy, you got Minnie, you got Mickey, you got Pluto. So, I don't know. All right, Rosie, this is where I was actually going. Who knows how much they have programmed in there? And we talked about this last night on Tokusatsu Shift. Who's going to possibly waste almost $400 hacking this thing and possibly breaking it? I'm not hacking mine to see what's in there. That's not happening. But there's so many missed opportunities. Like I said, yes, Woody makes sense, but I would have had Buzz Lightyear. I would have had like show pack, like movie pack. So okay, here's your Toy Story pack. You got Buzz, you got Woody, you got the weird Spork from the newer one, and Slinky Dog. Slinky Dog because Jim Varney, God rest his soul, a.k.a. Ernest P. World, was a phenomenal actor. And it's just, there's so many like ones. Like I said, you could do even Cinderella. Cinderella is one of the most recognizable Disney movies. And you even have Sleeping Beauty. You have Aladdin. Oh, a no Aladdin key. That is a tragedy. Even if they didn't pick Aladdin or Jasmine, they could have picked Genie. You know, like there's so many, and it's just very confused. Like, all right, so they might make a second driver and add more keys. I made the joke last night. We get the tertiary rider or an evil rider, and it's just villain keys. So you'd have like Scar, Maleficent. You would have the weird teddy bear from Toy Story. You would have Darth Vader or freaking Darth Maul. Like that. Like if this, but it's the Disney 100th anniversary, so I feel like they're really keeping this like limited to that time frame. I don't think we would get more outside of, because when you think about it, the mecha obviously Super Sentai inspired, the belt Kamen Rider inspired. Does Bandai care enough to do something Disney Ultraman related? Like, I wouldn't mind some sort of Ultraman inspired like beta capsule that's Disney themed, honestly. Or Jar Jar Binks key. You know what? I'm for it, honestly. Screw it. That'd be cool. Jar Jar Binks didn't deserve all the hate. I remember seeing episode 1 in theaters when I was like, I don't know, 13, 12 or 13. I didn't hate the movie because I was a kid. But yeah, there's so many Disney options. And I wish I was in that boardroom meeting or the R&D division or this, that, when they're like sitting there like, okay, what can we do for keys? Like, and they're like, I know, Elsa, smart. That makes sense. Simba, yes, everyone loves the Lion King. Hakuna Matata, motherfuckers. Like, makes sense. But the ones they picked, also, I can't argue against them either. Because, like I said, Tiana, Princess of the Frog, underrated, underappreciated. No one talks about that film. Okay? Like, that was a really good film. So, like, and Moana, that makes sense. Like, the only ones I could argue against, honestly, I could argue against Iron Man. I could. And I could technically argue against Woody for it to be Buzz Lightyear instead, because realistically, who is the actual main character of the first one? Because it's kind of both, you know. No one can say anything like that. Mickey and Minnie shouldn't be included, obviously, but it's like, man, this is like, and I didn't even show their little like whatever forms. Like, I don't even know what the hell this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be like them, like as like humans, like civilian forms. Like, they're not even rider suits. Also, the Elsa drip is kind of that's drippy right there. That is nice. And then Mickey, obviously, that's Sora 100%. Just, I mean, look at the boot, the shoes, the shorts. That is Moana. I mean, and the Snow White one's pretty cool. I do like the Snow White design. The Grogu one, not so much. That they kind of, I don't know. And then the Iron Man one, just, I mean, you could paint that black and recolor it black and blue, and it could also be almost like a Desire Grand Prix type get up. Simba makes sense. Woody, I mean, they're cool, but like, no, okay. Graph, it's not a hot take, okay? Except for Toy Story 4, because that was a trash movie. Woody has always been better than Buzz. I'm just throwing it out there. Except for the one scene when they accidentally switched Buzz to Spanish, and I thought that was genius. From like, entertaining. Like, that was great. I like Disney. I should start a Disney YouTube channel. Honestly, I really should. But yeah, final thoughts on the Disney Imagination belt. We'll go back to the delicious photo. Yeah, we'll do it. I like it, and this is one of the ones where it's like, this was a no-brainer. Like, I already had it set in my mind, and we talked about it on Tokusatsu Shift weeks ago when it was first leaked and this and that. I flat out said, it does not matter what the price is, I would get this, because it is that good. I like this a lot. So this is definitely an instant purchase for me. Like, there's no way I wouldn't get this. There's no situation where I would be like, oh, it's $365, I don't want it now. It's like, no, I had my mind made up, and I even said I would pay up to, I wouldn't go above $550 for it. That was my breaking point for the price. So the fact that it's basically over $200 cheaper than what my limit was, and I had already started planning to buy it. Now I'm like, oh, cool, I have $200 left over to go buy something else. Gotchard cards it is, because I'm an idiot. But that is it for the Imagination belt. What do you guys? How are we feeling about this? I've seen a lot of comments where price point, this, that, and a lot of us discuss. I want to say this. I'm really happy y'all were discussing Disney with me, because I didn't, when I was planning out the stuff I was going to talk about, I was like, do I go deep into like me talking about Disney stuff? Because like, there is no, outside of this belt, there is no real Disney to Toku like rabbit hole fully. All right, so Graph not getting it. And you know what's funny is all the people who are tweeting and like this and that, like saying they weren't going to get it, the price, or like you said, you're not into it enough. For me, like I said, this is, and I said about Tokusatsu Shift that I was bringing that up. Check out the stream on Zio Akito's channel on Friday where we discuss a lot of stuff, and then on Saturday this one kind of like go deeper into my thoughts on things and more of a breakdown. This for me, showing my wife who doesn't really could give two shits about Toku, right? She's watched Shin Ultraman with me. She went to theaters with me to see Shin Kamen Rider. Last year, I wasn't going to go to Power Morphicon, and she's like, go. Like, come on, let's go. And she, like, the day before, she's like, we're going to go. No. Because I was like, I don't want to take the drive. Like, I could do some stuff around the apartment. She's kind of pushed me to, like, you know, to really embrace Toku stuff more. And I showed her this belt. She was like, that is cool. She's like, and she liked it. Mind you, anytime I buy a new driver or anything, I'm like, look, I got a new driver. What do you think? And she's just like, that's cool. It's allowed. And I'm like, that's it. That's your reaction. She's like, I don't know. Am I supposed to be like, that's the best thing I've ever seen? I'm like, yes, that's how you're supposed to react every time a new driver comes out. Like, that's what I act like. So the fact that she was on board with something and I didn't have to like justify the purchase, that's like a win for me in the marriage. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to be like, hey, can I buy this? I'm like, no, I bought this. Disney. So this is a great purchase. Like, I'm not gonna have buyer's remorse. I got a white Daiza already to put it on and everything. I may because I gotta set up the 3D printer. I may actually try and make a custom Disney Daiza and 3D print for it. And if I do and I can get the STL file to work and it does, I might try and sell some. See, Merle, this hits the Disney fans. Oh, good question, Graph. Am I keeping it sealed? One of them will be sealed. One of them will be sealed. I will open the other one. I'm an idiot. No, I did pre-order 2. I was going to actually hold on to one sealed and like sell it down the road if it got value, because sometimes you gotta invest, you know. That's why when I get into the Power Ranger comic book talk, yeah. So that's it for that one. Let's see. What else was there that I wanted to talk about from toys? We talked about that. Fi's Edge. I think that's it for toys, because there are no new candy toy announcements yet, strictly because there just aren't. Like, they update the blog usually late Saturday night, and I haven't seen anything else this week since the last time we talked about stuff. I was kind of holding out and hoping that we were gonna get some whatchamacallits. What were they? A look at maybe some more of the Shoto Super lineup, maybe some more Super Sentai stuff, but there hasn't been anything since the king-ohger mini plot for the castle. So they did like the review before release stuff, and I'm already Oh no, I'm not even going to talk about the rumors for the HasLab stuff. And yes, Justin, the Kamen Rider Black Belt did go down in price, and also Bandai. Do I have it? Let me see if I have it somewhere. Bear with me, because that's the only thing I didn't actually like save. Let's see. Did I bookmark it? Yes. Okay. So let's see. Let's share the screen. And let's get all the other stuff good to go for this, because there's a new Bandai store that's, you know, a thing. And let's see. Hold on a second. I'm trying to make it so some personal stuff doesn't like show up while I'm sharing the screen, because, you know. All right, there we go. So Bandai will be opening a new Narakiri World page, which basically we're getting a better, basically a better premium Bandai, like a US, like the new shop, which is going to make things easier to get. And the first two pre-orders they're going to have is the DX Gotchard driver and the CSM Century King Moon driver. This is awesome news. This is great. Like, I love this because one of the things, and this makes sense if we rewind time to a couple weeks ago when we talked about how Bandai was stopping how people were using proxies to get premium Bandai stuff. And it wasn't even the Kamen Rider stuff. It was mainly Gunpla builders and collectors that were ruining it for everybody, not any Toku fans. So the fact that we're getting a new page, and this on the cusp of the fact that this weekend the Tamashii Nation store in New York is officially open, which I need to fly to New York and go to that store and pillage it like a freaking Viking. Like, that's so we knew this was in the works because Bandai wasn't going to just stop the proxy stuff and not have a game plan and a contingency plan. There's a rhyme to every reason, or whatever the saying is. I always mess it up. There's a theory to their madness. This is a Bandai W. Merlsey, that's right. This is awesome. It's a W. And why it's a W? Because look at how Bandai is handling things. Like Gotchard driver, the King Moon driver, which is the one thing I want from Black Sun, besides the show to be better, because I haven't finished it. The reason why I want that is I am a big Shadow Moon fan. I was actually working on a video going over some obscure stuff in my collection, and I actually brought out my Raw Real Action Heroes Shadow Moon, because actually, let me make this larger. My Shadow Moon. This is one of my babies in my collection. Factory sealed. Deliciousness. Like, I love, like, there's stuff in my collection that like is ridiculous because I have the Kamen Rider Blade ones as well. But this is cool. This is a big deal because this is going to give us more access to stuff. And I think, especially from a premium Bandai standpoint, like, yes, I'm going to notify. I'm not even going to. Okay, click on those. Like, this is so cool. I can't wait to see what else they're going to put out and release. Because as of right now, that was yesterday. And we talked about it briefly on Tokusatsu Shift, because literally they tweeted this the second we went live, because we went live at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. East Coast time. So it's like, this was announced while we were going live, and I was like, we're not prepared to talk about this. There's no real information. And obviously, you go follow Team Kamen Rider and Premium Bandai for more announcements of how this is going to work, because that is really cool. I'm really excited anytime we get a new store and any way to get more access to Toku toys in the United States. Yes, I love proxies and this and that, but man, like, especially because of currency exchange, sometimes you get stuff cheaper. But I'm always a firm believer, and I got a lot of flack for this, is I will support localization releases when they're available to me, because that's how you get more stuff. People think it's a shitty way to look at it, but no. Like, if you sit there and just import everything and use proxies and this and that, and you don't, because you're impatient and you don't want to wait, get the FOMO, then you already have it. And by the time they get released officially, you already have it. You don't want it. It's not going to sell. And then, like, well, nothing's selling. Why would we get more stuff then? You know? I'm also a hypocrite because I freaking use proxies and get stuff before they come out because I'm impatient. So what do I know? But yeah, that's just a quick little thing that I thought was really cool that I wanted to talk about. Because I find that exciting. So what else toys do I have? Oh, I don't have any other toys to talk about. We got to talk about comic books though. Also, before I get into all the Power Ranger stuff, this Godzilla Rivals one shot versus Space Godzilla cover. I love all the the whole IDW's Godzilla Rivals one shot. Great line. Like, I love it because each one, it's a one shot, no multiple issues, just one, and it's basically like the movie in a comic form. They've done so many. I'm glad we finally got Space Godzilla. I can't wait to read that because that is peak. And I realize a lot of people who like comics, like Power Ranger comics, is that no one really talks about the Godzilla line at all, except for when it was Power Rangers versus Godzilla, which was a thing that happened. I mean, I reviewed the first couple issues on the channel. Right after the first issue, I predicted the whole rest of the run. And then reading it, I was like, I predicted the whole entire thing. But Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 30th anniversary special. Mind you, some of these covers have the prices on them. I obviously did not pay that price. I get a discount because I got the VIP status at my comic book shop. So first up, man, I showed them last night. This is just for the channel, the live stream, you viewers. And so first up, we got the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Virgin variant for cover A. I'm thinking this one might be the one that I'm going to bring to conventions and get all the writers to sign, because I don't really want to ruin the foil, the Tommy kicking putties foil, as I'm trying not to get the light to reflect in it. This one's one of my favorite covers. I really like that one a lot. And then as a Go-Go Power Rangers fan, this cover right here, that's a throwback to like the Go-Go Power Rangers style, which is nice. The Go-Go Power Rangers was very like high school themed. It was like their daily lives and this and that. Yeah, the ones, dude, though I got the one store only. I got 2 1-30s coming in the mail, and the Sketch Ellis variant from Pop Rock Comics. So I have every cover. Now, obviously, the 1-30, Boom had them on their website, $29.99. Anyone who knows, those things are selling for $250. I'm keeping one of the 1-30s, and I'm going to send it out to get graded and slabbed. Hopefully, it gets a 9.6 at minimum, preferably a 9.8. The other 1-30, it's going on fucking eBay for $250. That's paying for like most of my Disney driver, honestly. Then we have the OG like 90s style comic cover. Zio Agito pointed out this looks like the coloring book that we had when we were kids, because there's Power Ranger coloring books, and I was like, all right, that cover does kind of look like that's the coloring book one. But then, one of my other favorite covers, dude, this Green Ranger render on this is so nice. Like, this should have been a foil cover, honestly. This deserves to be a foil cover, but it's not. But it's still amazing. And then we have the old school like magazine, like VHS tape type cover, because this pose was used a lot, this photo. Like, I believe if you were the Power Ranger fan club, all this other stuff, like this was like the standard, okay, there's the team photo for, when the White Ranger appeared. Then obviously we have the regular version of cover A with non-virgin variant. But then easily my second favorite cover, okay? The villains cover. Oh my god. But the best part about this one is it's a wraparound. There's more villains. And this is like, if I had, I would love to get this signed, honestly, by everyone. But then I feel like it would take away from the villains. Like, if I could get everyone to use silver pen marker only to sign, I probably would, because there's a lot of people that need to sign these because of all the different writers. So obviously Ryan Parrott, who I love, great writer, writing Rogue Sun right now for the Massiverse from Image Comics. Great great story. I think issue 15 or 16 just dropped. It's perfect. He wrote an Ode to Ernie short story, and I love Ernie. We all do. So that's great. Then Melissa Flores wrote a short story called Wedding Vows. And then Matt Groom, who is also a part of the Massiverse, wrote with Ryan in Power Rangers when it was split between Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers, wrote Alpha Directive. And then Amy Jo Johnson, with the help of Matt Hodson, wrote Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reimagined. And then the next one, we have the Ranger Academy Office Hours from Maria Mora. Now, Ranger Academy isn't coming out till October. They had an issue for Free Comic Book Day. I talked about it a few times. Ranger Academy, I'm not the demographic for that comic. So I don't hate on it. It didn't, the Free Comic Book Day one didn't really do it for me, but I'm still going to get the run because I have a complete Power Rangers collection for comics, and I'm going to keep getting them. And then Marguerite Scott wrote, "What time is it?" And so, yeah, so I need to find a way to get all of these writers to sign this. Not this one. Probably the Virgin variant one. This one right here. The one in store. I also want to talk about how unfair it is that the comic book stores that I've seen are selling shit like so expensive for the cover. So like this cover, I paid cover price plus my discount. This was $11.99, right? And then this one, $9.99. And there's places that were like, oh, this one's 20, this one's 35. Like, and I was like, why are you guys jacking up the prices so much? Like, this is atrocious. Like, a 1 in 30 realistically. So how I tell everyone the pricing is, the first one is like how many copies you get. The second number is you have to order this many regular covers to get it. So 1 in 30, you have to buy 30 of one cover, like cover A usually, to get that one. A 1 in 100, you have to buy 100 to get that one. Usually whatever the second number is the price of the comic. So a 1 in 15 is $15. A 1 in 25, $25. A 1 in 30, 30. 1 in 100, 100. Obviously, that's how it goes. So the fact that people are selling at their comic book store the 1 in 30 for 150, 200, this and that, I was like, this is a 1 in 30. Why? Like, it's bullshit, honestly. That's why when Boom had them on their website, I was like, screw that. Like, and I bought them before they went, like, it was released. I think I got it on, like, Sunday I placed the order. Because I saw a tweet about it, and I was like, yeah, I need that. But I need those signed somehow. I need to get, so I have to, like, make a list, start seeing when people are going to be in some Southern California conventions. I also have some stuff I need Melissa Flores to sign from, like, the Dead Lucky and this and that, because, like, and I have maybe my Massiverse poster that's still missing some signatures, so that's gonna happen. What else was I gonna talk about? Toys, blah, blah, blah. Oh, videos. So on the channel, let's see. Let me just see if I even made it go live yet. I don't think I did, honestly. And that's my bad. So I did the king-ohger miniplas set 2 review, which was the Legend Shoe Gods that I was building here on stream a couple weeks ago. I did finish the God Tarantula miniplot after the stream, and I was able to combine, let's get you out of the way, them all into Extreme. Was it this Extreme king-ohger? That's this one's called? This thing is beefy. Like, that thing is so atrocious, and it always falls over, so he's gonna have to go right here for now. So I have a video for that I'm going to be doing. This isn't a really long stream today, honestly, guys, because one, it's hot, it's Labor Day weekend, I have stuff I need to work on, so that's why I'm not building anything today. I was thinking about doing the Shin Kamen Rider, but I don't have a spot to put it, and Batman fell over earlier today, so I got to fix that. I do have some mini plas on the way. So as of right now, I believe Sotos. So I have the premium Bandai Geet Soto set that's finally got shipped out to me. That's the one with Boost Mark II, Laser Boost, and Kamen Rider Gene. So that's going to be next week. I'm going to build those 3. It's going to be sticker hell, honestly. I do have all my Phase 1 boxes coming in. So I will be, I might do like a special live stream and open them all once they get here during the week, unless they get here on like Friday. If they get here on Friday, Saturday stream will literally just be pack openings and talking about Gotchard the first episode, because the first episode is tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I've been working on some new review stuff because I want to change up my review style a bit. Geats was the first time I actually reviewed a show from start to finish, like week to week, whereas like Revice was more reactions with the review, and Saber was just reactions. I didn't really like review anything at all. So Gotchard will be my second time reviewing anything. I actually have a king-ohger video I'm working on because I was so far behind on reviewing. I was like 10 episodes behind, but I'm caught up with watching it. So I want to do like a first half like retrospective of the show because I really enjoyed it. So I can go back to reviewing that week to week. So I got a lot of stuff I'm working on, but it's also Labor Day. My wife's getting out of work early today, so I told her we can go do some stuff. A balance between, dude, I don't think people realize how hard it is to balance working full time, marriage, content creating, and podcasting. Like I stopped podcasting. I took like a little like month off, and I will be bringing the show back next week for the podcast. Thank you, Merlzy. Enjoy your weekend as well. All you guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I know it's a holiday weekend here in the United States. Everyone's busy. It's really tough. Like everyone asks me, why do I stream so early on Saturday when Saturday, like, a lot of people stream Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday nights. I like earlier in the day. I'm an early person. I'm up 5:30, 6 o'clock every day. So by the time I go live at 11, I've already been up for over 5 hours. I've already got most of my day-to-day stuff done, So there's a balance to it. So it's like, I don't mind streaming earlier in the day. Like it's kind of like I'm not waking up, but it's like, I'm enjoying another coffee, just gonna chill. It's that time of the day where it's like, I don't want to go do anything right now. It's just because it's been so hot here, man. Like the other day it was 104 degrees. I got out of work at like 3. Just walking through the parking lot and going over to grab a coffee before I was heading home. I was getting iced coffee. It was 104. I was drenched in sweat just walking not even 5 minutes. And I was like, dude, it's too hot. I don't want to enjoy, I don't want to go outside and do anything. Plus, I'm playing Sea of Stars like crazy. Speaking of, I've been thinking about streaming some gaming stuff as well. Like I have a lot of Toku games. It's something I've talked about before. I'm going to try and because I still have to install more software. I got to get the capture card set up still. So I'm thinking about like not during Saturdays, but like randomly, like maybe one day a week, maybe like Monday, just doing some video game streams on Monday only. I do like streaming. There's a reason why I like kind of piece together things I do. Because what I want to do is I want to start taking parts of this live stream and putting them up as videos. So like me talking about candy toys, take that candy toy section. That's my candy toy video for the week instead of doing a live stream. Then after this, let me go talk about candy toys and record it. It's like, I'd rather talk to you guys directly about these toys and get your guys' feedback and see what everyone else thinks about it rather than me just being like, look at this announcement. It's a toy. Ooh. And I'd rather keep it to YouTube. I know there's other streaming platform options, but it's like, I'd rather just keep everything in one spot. So we're all just here on YouTube, whether it's live streaming, community posts, or just videos I'm putting up there. I don't want to have to like be like, all right, everyone go over to Twitch while we go watch this. It's like, no, just keep everything here. But I do want to play more gaming stuff. Sea of Stars right now is that's literally just taking all my time. I do want to play some of the Shin Kamen Rider Rumble DLC because Shin Godzilla's added in last month. So, and I really love that game. Like that game's a lot of fun, and I need to level up some more of my characters. So I may play that. I almost have every Kamen Rider video game. I'm still getting some of the Famicom ones that I don't have, but I have almost every Toku video game physically. It's bad. They're also in a box in the closet because I have so many. And I bought a Famicom, like the Retron one that has like the 3 different cartridge slots, so I can play all of them. And it has HDMI, so I can just plug it right into my capture card. But I thank you guys for watching. For those of you who haven't, and you are in the United States, there's a half hour left on the giveaway. Oh, which Ultraman game? Destiny. Which one? Because I have a good amount. I have a lot of the Famicom SD ones. I have a soccer game that has like Chibi Ultraman, Chibi Kamen Rider 1, and like Chibi SD Gundams, and like they play soccer. Like I have a whole bunch of obscure Ultraman games. The PSP one. I might. Let me look that up really quick. Let me see which one it is. Fighting Evolution. Wait, there's 4. I only have 3. Which one am I missing? Oh, I don't have Full Blast. The Great Battle Full Blast. I need that. Damn. I'm gonna have to hunt those down then. Because there's a few fighting ones. There's I'm trying to like find the images and not like click on a YouTube video. So there's Fighting Evolution 0. There's Heroes Versus. There's another one with. There's a Great Battle one that's more with Kamen Rider, has Decade on it, Ichigo, some Gundams on there, Shadow Moon, and Ultraman. Dude, there's a lot. I didn't even know. Yeah, there's like 5. There's like 4 Ultraman PSP games. I have 2, so I'm missing. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive. I gotta make a spreadsheet then keep track, because like I've been hunting down more of the older stuff, like pre-disc based, because there's so many and they're hard to come by. Obviously, I haven't found any with boxes. I do have a Super Nintendo Ultraman game in the box, which is my pride and joy. But I'll have to look into that. Thank you for bringing the PSP ones up, Destiny, because I'm definitely going to be looking for those now, because I still have a PSP. I'll have to check Book Off. I go to Book Off like once a week to get stuff, and I got to go up there in a couple days because they're going to get my newest magazine, which has Gotchard cards in it. So, yay. But that's really it. Like, thank you. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know I'm not the biggest toku tuber in terms of numbers and this and that. Whether it's 2 of you, 10 of you, it does not matter. I like hanging out with you guys. I like chit-chatting. I like this back and forth. It's a lot of fun. That's why I do it, because I feel like it can be very isolated being a toku like tuber. A lot of people see it as being competition with each other. That's why me and Zio get along so well, because like we really don't care about our analytics. Like we're both salarymen in our day jobs, so we literally just do this for fun and entertainment, and that's why I like doing this. I like talking with everyone. So I appreciate you guys being here. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy Gotchard. I look forward to seeing everyone's reactions. I will have my review up tomorrow for Gotchard, like early in the morning, depending on when the subs come out. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, that's it. You guys have a great day. I thank you guys for watching. And this is Tokusatsu Hangover.